It's showtime.
BS&B Media, in association with STWF-TV, the Podcasting Network.
Introducing the best in the world! Ooh, yeah!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Best in the world. Hashtag VITW. I am Dale. With me today, as always, my guy Trail from Sports for You. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on, Dale? How we doing on this Thursday afternoon? Excuse me.
Yes, it's a Thursday. Doing all right. You know, got a little bit of bad news about dang on LSU. The hurt that keeps hurting nonstop.
Yeah. we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball on our quarterback, man, because Nussmeier got to go. Wish he can go today, but yeah, hopefully we can rebound and get something better in the offseason.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. Yeah, man, but still a lot of good wrestling here. We got Full Gear coming up this weekend. We're gonna talk about that. So this we usually start off with like some indie or AEW. So, but since we're gonna be talking Full Gear, let's go ahead and start off with WWE, man, and let's talk about Paul Heyman's cell phone being disconnected. Even at the end of SmackDown, Paul Heyman's phone has never been disconnected a day in his life.
That is true. He's always had that phone, his old trusty.
Exactly.
His old trusty phone.
Exactly. So Roman Reigns goes to make the call, but it's wild to see, like, okay, after all these months, you just calling Paul Heyman? Like, for real? It's been a long time, Roman.
Yeah. I mean, there's been many times, even when Paul Heyman's around, he admitted he hasn't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. So
yeah,
I guess when the tribal chief hibernates, he lets him be.
That's a long time, bro. Not to talk to a friend, somebody you rely on for counsel. That's a long time, bro. So, Paul Heyman's phone disconnected. They're looking for a fifth person. It seems, okay, like the fifth person is actually going to end up being Seth Rollins, because we saw Solo's bloodline come in and help Bronson Reed beat up Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins did turn down the OG's bloodline's request to join twice. And I don't blame Seth. Everything he said makes a lot of sense. But to me, man, it's still like a letdown to see it's going to be Seth Rollins as a fifth member versus another Uso or something, you know. What's your thoughts on it?
It does look like all obvious roads leads to Seth Rollins being a fifth guy and all, but if there's one thing I can say about Seth Rollins, he's always been a man of his word. And people like to throw in what he teamed with Cody. I'm like, well, he got Cody's. Cody actually earned respect from Seth Rollins after, Cody Rhodes going undefeated against him during that series of matches that they had. And when it came to tearing down Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins believed in Cody Rhodes, and he had his full support, even though they disagreed. But an enemy of my enemy is my friend, and he grew, like Cody Rhodes grew on Seth and he got that respect, so he helped him beat Roman Reigns. So he'll, like Seth Rollins said it, he'll team up with every single person. Jay, because he saw what Jay went through. He'll team with Jimmy. He'll team with Sami Zayn, but Roman Reigns, he said he'll never, ever, ever, ever help that man get into, I guess, power again, so to speak.
Yes.
So I actually think it's somebody else. And I have a theory on who that person is. Paul Heyman has a lot of Paul Heyman guys. But in WWE, he's only had 3 that were very, very, very successful. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk.
Yeah.
So
that would be good if we get it as a surprise. Like I don't want him showing up on SmackDown the night before. Don't kill it. It needs to be the day of. Paul Heyman comes out. All right, head thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna fight. All right. And then boom, bring out CM Punk. Yes. Blow the roof off the place. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so much better. Please don't give me Seth Rollins.
Oh no, we're not getting Seth Rollins. He's like, no way in hell. He's like, because he told them once War Games happens, you guys are on your own. So Roman's gonna ask Paul, what happened? I called. It's gonna be like the simplest answer, like I had to get a new number. Because Solo destroyed his cell phone months ago when he tried to call Roman Reigns. So when you get a new number and you guys don't keep in contact, everyone's gonna disappear from one another. So Paul Heyman being a mastermind genius, CM Punk is not doing anything at the moment. So what better way to piss Seth Rollins off by watching him, say no to the bloodline, and then he turns on his TV and he sees CM Punk come out there and help Roman Reigns. Because if you remember, when CM Punk first returned, he almost knocked on the bloodline's door, but he didn't. So he never had any issues with Roman Reigns, because if you remember, Roman Reigns is the only member of the Shield that's actually beaten CM Punk. So I think he some way still has that respect for Roman Reigns. So I can see CM Punk being like, fuck it, why not? Paul called me. I'm always a Paul Heyman guy. I'll be there.
Okay. I like it. I really like that. I hope that is indeed what they do with this thing, because I do not want to see Seth Rollins in this story at all. So I'm hoping, hey, Triple H, we need you to do that.
Please.
Straight up.
Just how we got Randy Orton last year, this time keep CM Punk under wraps.
Yes. All right, let's talk about Shinsuke Nakamura returning.
Oh yeah.
To SmackDown. This is the guy I think they could just throw in anywhere. He'll get that instant heat. He's got like this little samurai get up going on. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, he's going back old school. It kind of reminds me of Takeshita from AEW a little bit, because they all run from the same wavelength. But I like it. At the same time, it's like, dang, we already know there's a chance that Nakamura is probably not going to beat LA Knight. So, but you never know. So I'm interested to see how his return from Japan has changed them. So maybe we get like a whole new character of Nakamura. So I'm very excited because they already went through Legado. They already went through Carmelo Hayes at the moment. Already went through Andrade. So it's like, who was next? Here comes Nakamura. So you're right. You can put that man in any situation and he's just going to flourish. And under Triple H's leadership, I'm actually excited to see what Nakamura has in store for us.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they brought him in as a leader of some kind of faction. I kind of jokingly brought up the question a few weeks ago in the group chat we got, Well, I was like, hey, book Nakamura in a faction with Dante Chin and Gigi Dolan or something like that. Um, because it's like it's people that need to be used, they're not using, and Nakamura has that the recognition and the ability with the crowd, I think, to get over people, especially like somebody like Dante Chen, who we just see in the background on any random NXT thing. That's all he is. If you just see him in a match, he gets squashed for the most part. And of course, they're not doing anything with Gigi Dolan. And so that's why I just pull up these three random people. But I hope they do have Nakamura still with the subtitles. Talk Japanese.
Yeah.
Give me the subtitles. Make it evil villainous like, because that's what works for me.
That works.
I like
that works. Yeah. Yeah, it did with the little stories and all that stuff. So yeah,
yes.
I think they'll still continue with that because sometimes they still do that with Io, and they kind of somewhat did it with Giulia on NXT just without the subtitles because she still spoke English. But they're highlighting that nationality, and I can actually appreciate that. So hopefully we do get one of those story times with Nakamura.
Yeah, and bring back the Japanese remix of his song, so people stop singing.
Oh, you like
along.
that one?
Yeah. It's a heel song because everybody was just singing along with them, and not gonna serenade the heel to the ring. So switch it back, I understand the song is iconic.
One. I like the rap version. Not a lot of people did, so I was kind of surprised that you're one of the chosen few that that dug it because I like that feud. It was kind of funny having Sami Zayn there, but
yeah, because it's just like with Finn Balor. You can't bring him out to his normal theme song because we're gonna sing along and we're gonna be doing all this, the whole time. That's what we do. Yeah. Understand he's the heel, so yeah, you got to change some heel music up, man. So
yeah, I agree. All
right, well, speaking of Finn Balor, what do you think about this Finn Balor Judgment Day kind of Dirty Dom beef we got brewing here?
Man, it sounds like Finn has a little jealousy issue because everyone's getting championship opportunities, or he has yet to beat Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio already has one up on him on that one, and Dominic will never shy away from letting them know, like, hey, I beat Damian, you didn't. So I think everyone's getting their shine and getting their spotlight, and good old Damian just sitting there with JD McNuggets, and they're not really doing anything with the tag team titles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're gonna split them up already, because have Finn Balor be the reason all along, proving Damian right that Finn was the reason that the Judgment Day dissolved. So, and have Finn go on his way, man. Free Prince Balor, man. We need him back on a monster run like we used to, because since he lost the Universal Championship, his career's never really been the same since.
Yeah, but the Judgment Day is, I mean, it was at its heyday was pretty damn over. I remember going to a show, and it was the Judgment Day face to face with the Bloodline, and this is when Rhea Ripley was face to face with Solo.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Yeah. You ever felt something like that since the Shield went face to face with the Wyatts?
With the Wyatts, yes, exactly. And so that's why I'm sad to see any kind of breakup of the group officially, because I thought it was still a pretty good faction, and they could still help guys like JD McDonough and Carlito, kind of get over and do more with the crowd. And they still could
I
do
agree.
work with Raquel, honestly.
I mean, that's why more likely Liv and Raquel going to branch out and do their own thing and probably win the tag team championships, probably, or eventually have Raquel, be Big Mommy Cool that we haven't seen on the main roster yet. So it's like everyone in the Judgment Day kind of finding their place except for Carlito. So JD and Finn, they probably can branch out and go their own way. So I think come 2025, the Judgment Day should be looks like they're coming to an end. It might be Dunsville.
Yeah, it's bad because I think JD is he's gonna drown, bro. With Balor, because they're not going to be a tag team for a long time. I don't believe. I don't believe they have a long stretch going with them. And so once he breaks off from Balor, he's going to fizzle out. And that's why he needs to be with the Judgment Day so he doesn't fizzle out all the way. So
that's true. Yeah. But if booked correctly, I don't see any one of them fizzling out except maybe Carlito.
Okay. And if that's the case, that's fine because you brought him back, just to be the bottom of the card guy. And so that's fine if that's indeed what happens. All right, so let's talk about War Games. We saw a team kind of come together here, right? So you got Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Well, we saw them all on one side and the return of Rhea Ripley with the Phantom of the Opera mask, like I suggested a few weeks back.
You did.
Alongside Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. And so it looked like this is going to form the War Games match. Now, with this pairing, I understand why she's there, but it just doesn't fit to me. Having Kairi Sane in this match doesn't fit to me. This is the odd one out. In my opinion, Naomi need to be in there. What you think?
Naomi is in there.
Really?
Yeah. Kairi's not in there.
No. I got Kairi Sane.
It's the big three of Naomi, Jade, Bianca, Io, and Rhea. Kairi's not. Okay. Kairi's not in there.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Naomi's
all right.
in
Well,
there.
good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that didn't make sense to me because
no, it didn't. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
No,
all right. Cool.
It's Naomi. It's Naomi.
All right. Because the match she had with Nia Jax on SmackDown was a pretty good match. And they the move that she did where she's pretty much just tumbling Nia Jax over the top of her, but from a top rope, it looked pretty damn good, man. That was a great looking move.
I was like, damn, Nia, I hope you didn't break your neck because all it took is one bad angle and it would have been wraps for her. So the fact that Nia took that bump, that kudos to that one.
Yeah. They did this bump on a previous match. It's kind of different. They just put a little spin on it. And I saw it. I saw it on Twitter a little bit ago. It was pretty good job of whoever's producing their matches is doing real good work there, man. So let's talk about Chase U.
Mr.
Chase lost the match on NXT, the main event. So the stipulation was if he loses that match, then Chase U is done it's done, right? So my question to you is, do you think Chase U is done for good? Do we get some other kind of match with a stipulation that reinstates Chase U or something like that? What do you think?
I remember there was specific too that if Andre Chase lost, then Hudson, Thea, and Chase have to disband from Chase U. So I'm wondering, does Chase U still stick around and get a new leader? Or if not, I think Chase U is done. They're long overdue to being disbanded. I think Thea Hale is ready to go on a solo run. Her characters got built up through Chase U, and the fans they rock with her. So it's time for her to go her own way. Duke Hudson, he actually grew on me because I thought he was just he kind of reminded me of Wade Barrett a little bit, but he just didn't have that factor. And then he got that from Chase U. And then Riley Osborne, the dude's gonna be sensational in the North American Championship scene. So I think they disbanded, take some time off, rebrand a little bit. So I think everybody in Chase U is gonna be all right. But if my theory holds, maybe they just get a whole new president of Chase U, and it's just Thea and Riley and those guys that had to disband. That's my opinion.
Okay. So do you think Andre Chase is going to the main roster or something, or what do you think is the motive behind this?
No, I don't think Andre Chase is ready for the main roster. I just think at this point they're all just gonna have separate lives now, unfortunately, because now they're no longer in Chase U. Chase U is gone, so that means Chase is gonna have to come up with a whole new gimmick, probably different wardrobe. So, I'm not expecting him on the main roster anytime soon at all.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm wondering what he does with his gimmick, because that's all I've seen from him for sure. I thought it was a pretty good gimmick. I don't know. I guess how it would fare on the main roster. Maybe sell some Chase U shirts, maybe, but I don't think
if they disbanded. How would they sell them if they disbanded? Unless he used it as a gimmick. I don't know.
No, I mean that gimmick on the main roster. I mean, how would that translate? That's what I meant. And so maybe that's why they're disbanding, so you can come up with something new that will translate to the main roster or something like that. Maybe that's what's going on. Because I think the whole thought was, NIL was just coming online and all that kind of stuff around that time. And so having like a university at NXT kind of made sense, just playing into some kind of gimmick like that. It made sense. So I get it. All right. Well, that pretty much does it for WWE, since we got a lot of AEW to talk about today. So let's get over there to that. Now,
because I want to get your thoughts on some heartbreaking news from AEW that I know you probably know about by now. So I like to.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
We're starting off with that news. That's right. Toni Storm announced on SB Nation that she is not. She's done with wrestling, and that we should enjoy Mariah May being the AEW champion. And so I guess this is the last we're ever going to see of timeless Toni Storm. We're going to miss you, Toni Storm. I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. Yep.
Nah, she'll be back.
Yeah. At first I was like, holy crap, did she really? But then I actually did my research and looked at the interview. I'm like, oh, she's killing the character.
Yeah.
She's killing the character. She's gonna come back that Toni Storm that we should have had in WWE, and they messed up on. So I think we're getting her back, which would be a more physical Toni Storm, the one that Mariah May tried to emulate. So I'm like, okay, she's coming back. Maybe she comes back. Winter is coming.
So you think she's going back to the glasses and hat and all that stuff? That Toni
Either
Storm?
that or whatever gimmick she had over there in Japan. Maybe it's a mixture of that combination. But yeah, because Timeless, after she lost to Mariah May, she has been on a losing streak. So I can see her having a coming into Jesus moment, and now it's time to retire that gimmick and bring back maybe the old Tony Storm. Who knows? But
I hope the
not
timeless
mistaken.
gimmick isn't gone. I absolutely love the timeless Tony Storm gimmick. It's the best Tony
It's
Storm I've ever
retired.
seen.
It's retired. I would not be surprised if she shows up if Tony Khan have her do all this just for her to show up a few days later at Full Gear in the middle of Mariah May's celebration instead of waiting it out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So definitely the tweet from Tony Storm is definitely
Work.
That's right. Definitely a work. Okay.
Yeah. She had me fooled. She had me fooled for a few hours until I actually did my research. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is kayfabe. I was worried for a second. I thought she had some mentally checked out or something.
Yeah. Well, listen, on Full Gear, we are going to see the championship celebration from Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa. I am looking forward to that one. Okay,
get your DVRs ready, everybody.
That's right. Tony Khan understands where she needs to be and not on freaking Collision. Okay.
Dale needs his Mina, and he's gonna get his Mina live front and center with some champagne popping. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. This needs to be the first thing on the pay-per-view, in my opinion, to kick it off. The champagne celebration. That's what we need to see first.
I won't be mad at that.
Yes. Let's kick it off just like that. That would be nice. And so I'm assuming what we're going to see here is this breakup between Mariah May and Mina. What do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, because it's coming because I remember a few times Mina's like, I haven't talked to Mariah May and blah, blah, blah. And then watching Dynamite and they had the interview, Mariah May kind of had those mannerisms like, I'm like, oh, yep, she's definitely getting Mina. So we're going to have that Mina versus Mariah May coming down the turnpike real soon.
Yeah. I agree with that. They're kind of. How long do you think it's going to take, though? Do you think it's going to happen before on this pay-per-view, this breakup?
I honestly think they're going to pull the trigger right then and there at the pay-per-view, go ahead and get it out the way. And then they probably have her, if they can wait long enough, have her, challenge Mariah May at Winter is Coming and make that, the championship match.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Let's look at this championship tag team match here. 4-way Kings of the Black Throne versus the Acclaimed versus Private Party versus the Outrunners. I have not been in too deep with this matchup. I think this stuff happened on Collision. I kind of fast forward a lot of Collision because I was trying to see. That's all I was trying to see. Nina Mariah, that's all I cared about.
I figured.
Fast forwarding and all that stuff.
I figured you did.
So yeah, I did see Private Party come out and kind of hold up the titles in front of the Acclaim while they had their match and all that kind of stuff. Just if I have to pick a winner here, I'm going with Private Party to retain here. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's Private Party. I honestly don't understand why there's a fatal 4-way for this. Neither one of these teams were at each other's throats leading up to this match. There's no team faced the other one, and so on and so on. So if anything, it should have been the Acclaim getting the title shot against Private Party, and then you go on with whatever storyline you have for the Acclaim based on the outcome of the match. So, and the House of Black, they're just there. So it was just a waste of time. And like you said, just to get everybody on TV. Because if you notice, they for the first time they no longer have more than 10 matches. They actually cut it down to I think 8.
We're about to see here because we about to go through them. So
yeah, so I think they cut it down to like 8 now.
Yeah,
I think they cut it down to 8 now.
Yeah,
so but it should have been a one-on-one match prior part of the Acclaim. Have the Acclaim challenge them for the titles, make that their first defense. It honestly did need to be a fatal 4-way. It's just a big cluster of nothing.
Yes.
Because there's no story behind it. So you would have built a better story with the Acclaim, because either the Acclaim going to turn heel or this is going to lead to Caster turning on Bowen. So it's easier to have just those 4 instead of a 4-man team. So, but end of the day,
they're kind of teasing that. They're kind of teasing the turn between Acclaimed.
Yeah, they've been like Max Caster been kind of interrupting Bowens in the middle of his speech. So it's like, and Bowens is like kind of taken back, like, the hell are you doing? So it's there. That attitude change with Max Caster is definitely there. He's a little bit more serious now. He's not joking around. He's not, making weird faces and stuff like that. He's chilling, hoodie on, face covered, just a serious guy. So that's going to be something to watch.
Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher here. I thought this was kind of built up a little bit better. You got the history between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher with Aussie Open, and Kyle Fletcher, with Don Callis. Don Callis is always the evil guy. You can just add water and hit the water.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it should also be a good match. Both of them can pretty much go in the ring. So what's your thoughts on this matchup?
Oh man, this is one of the few matches on this card that I'm actually looking forward to, because they're actually building Kyle Fletcher up. So I got Kyle Fletcher with an upset here, because all the things he's done leading up to this match, or everything that he said, he needs to get this win over Will Ospreay. If they're gonna have a series of matches, Kyle Fletcher needs to get the first shot and get the first victory, because then it's like, all right, Kyle Fletcher has arrived. So he needs to somehow take advantage of Will Ospreay's previous injuries with his neck, be as vicious as he's ever been, and get that dub, because I got him beating Ospreay Saturday night.
That makes sense. And it's nothing on the line. So yeah, Will Ospreay can take a loss here, and while you build up Fletcher. So yeah, I'm with you. I will say Ospreay takes the L too. So makes sense. All right, MJF versus Roderick Strong here. This has been a typical MJF kind of build. You go through 10 doors, and then I'll be at the end waiting for you.
Yeah.
No title on the line, nothing like that. I'm seeing MJF as the winner here. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm actually a little bit confused about this whole thing, because I assumed it's going to be Adam Cole and MJF. So the fact somehow they added Roderick Strong in here, because I'm still under the presumption that eventually Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom is going to turn on Adam Cole. So these two going through with this match, I'm a little bit confused, because I'm like, where does Roderick Strong fit all this? I don't believe in Roderick Strong, to be honest with you. They've done nothing to build him up for me to actually care. So usually when MJF hits the insults, I'm like, damn, you ain't have to do him like that. But this one is like, all right, that's a messed up line, but it's at the same time, I'm like, You know, so and MJF has not been on television outside of cameos on videos. So it's like, how am I supposed? I'm not really invested in this match at all. But I'm just gonna pick MJF somehow getting the win.
Yeah. Same here. All right, let's look at another one. I know Jay Smoke will definitely be into this one. It's Swerve Strickland versus Bobby Lashley. We saw Swerve kind of get the okie doke on Bobby and the Hurt Syndicate on Wednesday, coming out there and getting the best of them. So yeah, what's your thoughts about this match here? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm a little concerned because this is a very, very important match for Swerve, and this is literally Lashley. Well, I'm not counting Cheeseburger, so I'm counting this officially Lashley's debut match, because whatever that was on Dynamite was a warm up in the gym. But I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I hope Tony Khan doesn't book Swerve to beat Lashley, because I got Lashley getting the win on his debut, getting a dominant win of a Swerve. I'm not saying squash Swerve, because Swerve can go. He's a former world champion, so don't squash him. But Bobby needs to walk out here victorious, because if Bobby chose this over WWE, Tony Khan, in our eyes, better make this like a good run for Bobby.
Well, I don't know. In Bobby's defense, like he pretty much was like, Triple H was, he wasn't feeling me, and so he let my contract expire, and that's why I had to move on. And so I get that. You got to work, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I see a dominant win here for Bobby Lashley. I see a win, but I think the win comes via the Hurt Syndicate some kind of way.
Exactly, and I don't want that. Like this is the almighty, Bobby Lashley. Yeah. You shouldn't have to rely on, Shelton and MVP to. There'll probably be a distraction, but you don't need them to physically get involved, because we all seen Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley can handle his business on his own. So,
well, here's the reason why. Because of what Swerve did them on Wednesday. He made a fool out of all of them. So they gotta get the lick back. That's what it is.
Yeah, but in a debut like that, it's like you got to come out there looking strong and not relying on other people's help. I mean, they're gonna be there, but they don't need to be 50% of the reason why you won. You're Bobby Lashley. Like, rip this dude apart if you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't look weak because if he had help. He's a dominant guy. He's the almighty.
But I think the idea is, let's make sure everybody hates the Hurt Syndicate because they're bad guys. Look at what we did to Swerve. That's. I mean,
they can do that after the match. They can do that after the match. They can do it after the match.
True. They can, and that's also a possibility. They can do the beat down after Swerve wins. Yes.
That's the thing. I don't want Swerve to win.
It's one of the two. All right.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you booked this man to come in, and his first big time pay-per-view match, he loses. So it's gonna be like a letdown. To me, personally, I feel like it's gonna be a letdown.
Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. Hangman Adam Page versus Kill Switch or Switchblade Jay White.
Switchblade. Shout out to Luchasaurus.
Yeah. So they have history. I'm not familiar with the history. I don't watch, New Japan like that. they have this history between the two, and Jay White has always been the guy that's been on top in this rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this comes to an end this time in AEW. And I think Heyman gets the victory here. However, I'm still confused about what's Hangman's purpose. What's his motivation? I know he's angry. What's he angry about? You know, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't understand his
I
story.
agree, because the whole Swerve business is out the way for now. So why is he still walking around like, you know, he's just that angry man that ain't got nothing going on in his life, and he just a bitter cowboy, you know?
Yes,
but
pissing the Cheerios every morning, bro.
Seriously. But like you said, these guys got history. They're former members of the Bullet Club. So that's always gonna be their ties, and everywhere they went. Even in AEW, Switchblade has always gotten the best of Hangman. But I agree with you. If I think they're gonna do this, they're gonna have Hangman finally get that win over Jay White, because the run that Hangman has been on, he's already suffered suspect losses that he shouldn't have lost under this type of gimmick. So for him to take out Jay White, that'll be the good way to go. So I actually got Hangman avenging all of his losses on Jay White finally on Saturday, because this is an underlying feud I'm actually looking forward to that doesn't get highlighted enough.
Okay.
Like, we can do without the learning tree crap, and they should have highlighted more of this Jay White Hangman situation. And so it's a battle of the Bullet Club. You can never go wrong with a match that has Bullet Club members in it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, next matchup, we've got Jungle Boy. Well, not Jungle Boy anymore. The scapegoat, Jack Perry, versus Daniel Garcia. After Daniel Garcia kind of kidnaps Jack Perry, him and Daddy Magic, they're almost torturing him, but not really torturing him.
No, they torture the band. They torture the bus.
They beat the bus. They beat it up good.
I'm like, are they gonna just knock the camera down and just make it seem like they're whooping his ass? But no, he stops. He turns around, starts whooping on the light. I'm like, we
did all that kidnapping to beat up the bus.
Yeah, such a bad man, Daniel. Oh yeah, you sure is teaching him something. He can go get that light fixed at AutoZone the very next day.
Exactly. Yes. I definitely see the scapegoat with the victory here. What you think?
Yeah, after all that stupidity, which for nothing, Jack Perry is pretty much the only guy that's representing the Elite lately. So, I mean, where's the Elite? How come they didn't come to his rescue and, save him from whatever he got held captive is?
Yeah.
It's like he's been left out to dry every time.
I've been saying this, though. I've been saying this, bro. I've been saying this, bro. Like, they never really have his back, bro.
He really is a scapegoat. Like, if everything goes wrong, they just pound it on Jack Perry. You know what I'm saying? But I believe this is going to be like a violent match. This is something new for Dan Garcia. We're finally going to get the real Dan Garcia. No more of the dancing and trying to be an entertainer. We're gonna get that dog out of Dan Garcia that NXT wanted. So I'm looking forward to it. I still got Jack Perry winning because honestly, I don't know who's gonna beat Jack Perry. They don't really have anyone build to beat Jack Perry. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Garcia actually wins, but I still got Jack Perry.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we agree on that. So let's look at Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander for the TBS championship. Camille has been hurt with a sling on her arm, so she has not been effective when Mercedes is telling her to go do something, she's been kind of abusing her verbally and all this kind of stuff too. So they're building that up. We'll see what happens with that. As far as Chris Statlander, like they never really give her like a gimmick. Like when she had some semblance of a gimmick, it was with
with Orange
Stokely.
Cassidy and the people. Oh yeah. With Stokely, yeah, she kind of did have a
Stokely, yeah. I
did
she
have a
had
thing
some
going.
evil personality and stuff, but like now it's back to nothing again. I don't know what they do with Statlander. She's definitely not winning this match. What do you think?
I think she should, because this whole Mercedes Moné thing, it's boring. It's like it draws no crowd, it draws nothing. Her reign has been terrible. I don't know why they're pushing this breakup with Camille literally like a month and a half after getting together. And we had our guest Megan a few weeks ago was on our show, and she was like, internally behind the scenes, supposedly Camille and Mercedes really don't get along. Like they actually have legit issues. So if that's the case, it makes a whole lot of sense why now, out of nowhere, she's belittling Camille, which I feel like she's being done dirty, because you built this woman up to be the brick house, and you're treating her like, George treated Lenny from Mice of Men, treat him like she's like she's a big dum-dum. And so I don't know why Camille's getting buried the way she is, but she's getting buried bad. And I don't know how she's going to come back from this career-wise, because there's no way she got somewhat destroyed by Statlander, but you had Sheeta give Statlander a run for her money on Dynamite.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, it's funny the way they book them. Yeah, definitely. I would have had Camille like mowing through people, and she would have been
exactly, and she was at first.
And Mercedes would have barely got into the ring to barely wrestle. And when she did, she was going to put on a finishing move because Camille beat him up so bad. And now she wins.
I mean, build the woman up. Because if Moné is all about building the women's like division in wrestling, why not have that idea? Have Camille do all the work, be the powerhouse. And she was doing that at first. But as soon as she had that match with Statlander, she's been weak. They booked her very weak, and they even look like she changed her hairstyle on Wednesday too. So it's like, dang, what did they do to her? Like, what did she do?
Well, speaking of hair, though, I wish she would go back to that platinum look that she had in NWA. Like when she first started, like she was barely talking. Platinum hair. Like she was looking real mysterious, just jacked. Like, that's the Camille I want.
She's supposed to be the Psycho Sid to Mercedes Shawn Michaels, Don't talk, just get in there. If Mercedes says sick him, she'll destroy him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's that's so easy, bro.
I mean, you saw how easy Camille got beat up on Wednesday with one arm. It's like she's looking at her arm, she's looking at Mercedes, she's like, okay, gets in, and she half-ass gets thrown out the. It's just bad, man. It's just bad.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Tony Khan messed that one up, bro. For real. For real, man. So.
But they got the best women's division, huh? Best women's division.
The main event, John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy for the AEW World Championship. Here's what I'm hoping to see is a reveal of the title, and the title looks totally different because John Moxley is so pissed off. He changed the title, made it look like crap. Whatever it is, the John Moxley title. You know, it needs to look different because we hadn't seen it in like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that better happen. Of course, John Moxley is gonna win this one. I Orange Cassidy being the knight in shining army for AEW is not
him.
It's not it, bro. It's not it.
It's not him. It's not gonna be him. It's not gonna be him. I said this months ago, and I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna keep standing 10 toes behind it. It's gonna be whenever John Moxley loses, it's gonna be Darby Allin. Darby Allin is gonna be that sting of AEW to defeat the tyrant of John Moxley. But what I'm anxious to see and what I better see is the reveal of why the Death Riders are doing what they're doing. Like the Shane McMahon talks have slowed down for the past, month and a half, 2 months now. And hopefully they're doing it on purpose to really catch us off guard and have Shane McMahon pull up or something.
Yeah.
Because if this is just all John Moxley and there's no actual higher power, I'm going to be very disappointed in this entire feud with them versus supposedly taking on AEW. So
agreed.
They got between now and winter is coming to show us what the hell is going on, because I'm still trying to figure out, what's going on. So I still got Mox winning.
Yeah, the motivation, everything they're doing, I need actual reasons why besides a Moxley promo imitating Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They say a bunch of words, they don't mean anything.
At least Bray backed up his stuff, but Mox is like, okay, who is it, guy? Who is it?
Yeah.
Is it a guy? Is it a girl? Who is it? So hopefully,
but this honestly, this is a disappointing main event for me. Moxley versus Orange Cassidy that's not something I'm looking forward to at all. So
I think Mox gets his revenge because Cassidy beat him before, so Mox is gonna get that one up, and once again he's gonna have Orange Cassidy's gonna have everyone standing back, and BCC is gonna. I'm still gonna call them the BCC. They're to come in and wreck shop, and Cassidy's gonna fall. But I better see a reason. Dale better see the championship, but I better see a reason on why this is happening.
Yeah. Yes. We need explanations, please. Make it make sense. Because right now it's just wild, bro. And a segment's gonna be wild. For no reason. And
to answer Jake's question, me and Dale pretty much came to agreement that it's a work. She's retiring the timeless gimmick, and she's gonna come back with something else. So it's definitely a work, because the moment she said retire from AEW, I'm like, okay, she's not retiring from wrestling, she's just retiring the character. So it's a work. You don't believe me? Ask me.
I hope it's not the end of timeless Tony Storm myself though.
It is, Dale. It is. Just go on YouTube, relive the classic. 6 months to a year. It's over. It's done.
we need all three of them together for a run. Make a run.
We're not getting the trios that they probably are. And you know what? No, anyway, we're not getting that trios that you're thinking about. So let's just move on with that one. She's done. End scene.
Can make all kind of money with those three. I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure he has, but that's none of our business.
All right, man. So anything else I didn't bring up that you want to mention real quick?
Let's see. Oh, what do you think about the Iron Survivor? Like how's that coming along there? My girl Jada Parker took an L on Wednesday.
Yes. Surprised about Jada Parker not being included, but I think there's going to be another chance for her, honestly. Yeah. And so that I'm not going to be too worried about it yet. But yeah, look, they love Jada Parker. So
I do. I definitely.
Yeah, she's gonna get in there some kind of way. The last chance match, something.
That's LSU's finest right there. So yeah, yes. I got a lot of love for Jada Parker. So she's gonna be in the last chance, and hopefully she gets in because the run that she's been on low key, it'll be very disheartening if she doesn't get into that one of those final spots.
I'm curious though when they pull a trigger on removing her from OTM, because they separate them a lot as far as coming to the ring. They may do some stuff backstage with them, but like they're not really together very much.
I think they're still together. Like you said, they still have backstage segments. Jada's focusing on, her beef with Lola Vice and singles gold. OTM is still trying to get the tag team gold. So I think that it's like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and Michin. Like they always were separate, but then every now and then, they're together. So I think OTM is still together. If they do pull the trigger and separate them, it's gonna be when she gets called up.
Okay.
I think so. I think when she gets called up, which I guarantee you will see Jada Parker in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree with that. Zarya, do you think we see her? Well, I think she's going to be. Well, she's going to be in the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Yeah,
but
she
do you think we're going to see her versus the Juggernaut sometime soon?
I don't know because Jordan Grace can easily come back to NXT, but once her contract officially expires and she signs on the dotted line, I think she's main roster bound. So if they do tie up loose ends, it'll probably be under the TNA WWE crossover partnership. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne Perez isn't in the Iron Survivor defending the championship. I would not be surprised if they add Jordan Grace in there at the last minute or something.
Right. Yeah. Jake here is a Tatum Paxley fan. He
cool.
wants her to get the title from Fallon Henley.
Well, that's not happening, but
I don't see that happening.
Understand.
But,
I understand, but
got to cheer for your girl, Jake. I feel you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who's going to beat Fallon Henley when that time comes, but I think it might be Zarya.
Okay.
Down the line.
And it's just funny to see them take JC Jane out of a tag team and a trio and stick her into another trio,
Yeah, right. Same role. It's in the same role too.
Same role. She's doing the same dance on the intro. Everything. She's doing everything the same, bro.
She wound up listening to another blonde. It's crazy, Like if I'm JC Jane, I'm like, well, damn, when am I going to get my turn?
Exactly, man. Yeah. It didn't make no sense with what sometimes they do with the booking, bro. It just don't make no sense. So, all right, man. Well, that's gonna wrap up the show this week, man. We're gonna be watching some wrestling this weekend. You guys enjoy Full Gear for sure, and we'll be back to talk more wrestling next week. So for my guy Trail here for Sports for You Wrestling, Make sure you guys check them out. I am Dale. Kenny Omega, take us home.
Nice to meet you too. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang! Yes!
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.